Hey now, hey, happy Monday. I hope you're feeling blessed and refreshed. I'm back again with another one. Today, I'm live. Good morning, good morning, good morning. I just came on here this morning to talk about accountability. Um, it's just something that I've been working on myself for the last few years, especially now more than ever. I'm really starting to pay attention and really starting to just take myself accountable, for certain things. So I just want to hop on here because, I'm learning that as I go through things or as I figure out things or research things that I want to share it with you guys because, there's always somebody out there who got something going on or might be in a similar situation. So that's what I'm here for, just to talk about that for a minute. While I have a little bit of time, I have to get in when I can. Good morning, Ernesto. It's good to see you. Thank you for being here and hitting that like button. So I'm just going to jump right in and hopefully I won't be here too long. Talk about accountability. Good morning, Brian. How are you? It's good to see you. Thank you for being here. So, I've just kind of been researching this for a while. So, I'm just going to come and kind of talk on what I've come up with, as far as accountability. So, I first I want to say, have you ever made a list of goals and thought to yourself that the next day or tomorrow or whatever, you're going to wake up and you're going to get started on that list of new goals, but tomorrow comes and you think, I'm going to sleep a little bit longer, because it's more important to rest, right? So then you rest and then you finally start your day. Just as you get going, maybe you're on the way to the gym or you're on the way to run errands or something like that. A friend calls and asks if you want to get together. So you're like, okay, yeah, why not? Because, I'm always grocery shopping or I'm always working hard. I want to go spend some time with my friend, right? So you go out with your friend and you start just wasting even more time, and then your desire to do something new or to start that goal tomorrow, quote unquote, has now come and gone. You wake up the next morning, you're thinking, why can't I just make myself do what I need to do, especially when I want to do better? And that could be anything. We'll say, okay, I'll get to it tomorrow. I'll do it later. I'll do it tomorrow. If you feel like that, you're not alone. There are many people who can relate to this same situation. There's reasons why motivation um, starts to fade in all of us. You don't feel the pressure of it getting done, whatever that might be. There's no pressure on you to get that thing done. So you keep putting it off, putting it off, putting it off. Hey, Anne Marie, good morning. You aren't really clear on what you need to do to get what you want done, or you might not even know what you want. There could be so many things you want to do, so many things you want to accomplish, then that you don't know where to even start. Oh man, I know that from personal experience. But at the end of the day, one thing for sure is that whatever you decide to think and however you decide to act will definitely have consequences. So, with that being said, you need to hold yourself accountable for the decisions you make. And it all starts with you. As I always say, remember, be true to yourself, because if you can't be true to yourself, you can't be true to nobody else. Well, taking that accountability starts from within, with you. Yes, please hit that like button on the way in. You have to be willing to take responsibility for your actions. That's a part of being accountable. If it sounds too overwhelming, there are some strategies that can be used I have a few steps that I just want to go over real quick. Step one is to adjust your attitude. Oh man, that's a big one for me. Adjust your attitude. I pray everyone has a safe, godly day full of peace and security. Absolutely. Thank you, Brian. You too. Um, yeah, adjust your attitude. There are rarely ever any perfect situations, and many things are not in our control. So, with that being said, you still have the ability to make the best decisions possible within what you can control and focus on the things you can control to make the best choices, not things that you can't control. You can't control a specific person and their way of living or way of being or even their attitude, but you can control yourself and how you adapt or respond to them in their attitude. It all starts by adjusting your attitude from the oh woe is me, like I can't do anything, I'm not good enough type of attitude to I have the power. I have the power to do anything that I want to do, that I need to do. It's not that I can't do it. It's not that I'm too tired. It's not that I'm not smart enough or had enough education. It's all in your mind. If you believe it, it shall be. And to do this, you got to, understand that every choice has a consequence. Long lasting change comes from effort. Long lasting change, not just something that's going to change right now and be better for a week or two, but long lasting. It comes with long term effort. You know, having having a slip up or stumbling along the way is part of the process, but it's not the end. If you said that I wanted to clean up my bedroom on Monday mornings and Monday comes and you're like, oh man, now it's Monday afternoon and you're still not done. Well, that happens. But, give yourself grace and try again tomorrow. Don't just stop there. Just remember that you got to be brave and you got to face your truth and whatever that might be. If you're slacking off, if you're not holding yourself accountable, you got to accept that and embrace that for yourself, which sometimes goes along with asking questions about yourself. Like, who am I? Or what actions can I take to make this situation better? How can I hold myself accountable? Also, investing in myself is important and it's worth the time, the money, and the effort as needed. Number two would be to write things down. Once you have decided you're worth the effort, write it down. You have to figure out exactly what it is you want to achieve. You can't hold yourself accountable if you don't know what your objectives are. So write it down. Take the time to describe it to yourself in that notebook. What you want to accomplish has an impact on how you approach things, how you get things done. you know, having a general goal is not enough. Writing down things and actually being more specific about it is also not enough. You got to put your pen to the paper and you got to really map things out for yourself. And I learned that the hard way. You can write down things like your goals, what do you want to accomplish, um, what's important to you, how has life happened and affected you by not accomplishing your goals. How do you plan on fixing that? How do you plan on achieving your goals from here on out? Hey, Frugal Mama, how are you? You know, be as detailed as possible when you're writing down your goals. Be true to yourself when you're writing down your goals. Make it make sense. Make it achievable. Make it attainable. Make promises to yourself. Think about it. If you're not willing to keep promises to yourself, then why should anyone else? Right? Come up with a few promises that really embody your character, things that you want to definitely represent. I promise to try my best. I promise to finish what I started. I promise to take care of myself. And when you write these things down and you read them out loud, it makes all the difference. Sorry, you guys. I'm talking to Nene at the same time. She's getting ready for school. So, yeah, those are just some promises. And as you read those promises, that should make you feel like you're giving yourself a big hug. Be your biggest supporter. I am powerful. You know, I promise to try my best today. I promise to finish what I started today. That's one of the biggest things for me. I can start one thing in this house and then I can go on to the next thing because I get bored with it. And then I look like, oh man, I forgot to finish that. So just like I said, be your biggest supporter. And as you accomplish those goals and check them off, you can give yourself a pat on the back, give yourself a big hug and say, oh, I did it. And it feels great. Think about who inspires you. Think about the words that they speak. Write these things down. Post them in a place where you can see them often to remind yourself that you have big goals and you need to stay, um, you know, on track in order to accomplish those goals. Maybe post-it notes or dry erase board, and just going back to check them off is just what really makes all the difference. You'll feel so much better. Also, writing down your schedule. Do you get out of bed and just start your day without a plan? Or do you actually know what you're going to be doing every day from this time to this time? I don't. But even if you have a few, things in your routine, such as leaving the house a particular time of the day or, coming back at a particular time of the day, you could just have a better way of holding yourself accountable. If you know you want to exercise and you know you want to cook each day, but you have no specific time to get those things done, chances are they won't happen. Creating a calendar is very important to me, not only in my phone, but also a little, calendar from Family Dollar or whatever, writing down what especially when it comes to YouTube and content creation, just writing all those things down makes a difference. What I'm posting, so on and so forth for me. So then as I go through the weeks, I can look back and look at last Monday and I can say, last Monday I went live at 6 a.m. and I did really well. Let's try that again. Um, do you ever feel like you don't have enough time or that you really don't eat that much? You run around cleaning and doing this and that for everybody and you forget to eat. You don't eat that much. I do. But what I did realize, it was a rude awakening that, by the time I got through doing everything else for everyone else, I'm I'm literally sick. Stomach's hurting at this point. So I got to hold myself accountable to write down my goals, to get my schedule together, to stick to it so that I don't forget to eat, so that I feel good and that I can be good for everybody else. Another point of the day, I realized that I'm sitting here, I kind of just time myself and I'm like, I've been on my phone for about 4 or 5 hours. Just like there's no reason why I should be on my phone for 5 hours, especially not if I feel stressed or I feel like I'm not getting other things done. So just tracking your habits in detail, even for 1 week, just to see where you are and see where you're wasting time or where you could make time, makes all the difference. And then once you do that, you can use that reference or documentation to change your actions, to reconstruct your actions, to make more time to get those things done, to make more time to be by yourself or study or whatever it is you might need to do. The same thing goes for tracking food. Um, it's amazing how calories can add up in the body, whether you're healthy or not. Accountability starts with being aware and wanting to make a change, actually knowing what to do to make a change. And then check in with yourself often. Once you write down your goals and you created a good schedule for yourself, go back and look and see how things have went the first 2 weeks. Is that something that's working for you? Do you need to change it up again? Just planning things is just it just makes things go a lot easier for me, and I'm learning that as I'm sharing that. You just got to keep evaluating it. You got to keep seeing how me writing down my goals and sticking to it and doing this and that is affecting me day to day. Should I change it up a little bit or should I leave it the same? At the end of the day, practice being honest with yourself and just really examining yourself, your habits, and just, you know, also with compassion for yourself. Like, don't be too hard on yourself, but really evaluate. Like, am I doing the right thing here? Am I really uh, making the most of my time? Am I holding myself accountable? It's also a learning process, so you gotta allow yourself time to learn. So, I will pull out that calendar, schedule an appointment with yourself every week, every 2 weeks, and just check back and see what you're doing is helping for you. So, step three will be to create a strategy. Hopefully, taking time to write things down and what you want to achieve will give you an idea of what you need to do to support yourself in reaching your goals. Now you got to put those things into action with a strategy. You got to take a moment to think of what stands in your way, though. Come up with some strategies to help you overcome or bypass those situations. Some situations might be combating yourself with procrastination, because believe it or not, our mind is designed to try to distract us, whether it's by suggesting we're hungry when we're not, or just telling us to check our phone when we know we don't have notification. Procrastination is big. And I've recently, a lot of people has called it um, ADHD or adult ADHD, and that's different. I think that's a different scenario. But I think some are using that scenario as an excuse for procrastination. So at the end of the day, just taking time to figure out your biggest distractions and coming up with strategies to get around those is the number one thing. Like if you're distracted by your phone, maybe put your phone in another room for an hour, set an alarm, so that, when that alarm goes off, then you know that you can go check your phone. But in that hour, you've been productive doing all those other things that you need to get done. Another thing to do would be to um, identify what interferes with your discipline in yourself. If snacking on high calorie foods is a temptation, don't bring them in the house. It's all self control. It's easy to say, easier said than done, is what I'm trying to say. And I know that from experience. But if you put these things into play and you train yourself in the way that you should go, then you'll see results in you. Exactly, because if you let distractions happen so often, it becomes a habit, to be honest, and you lose focus and procrastinate. Exactly. Yep. And I would like to open up the panel if you want. If anybody want to come up and talk with me, you don't have to show your face. Um, maybe chatting with their neighbors or chatting with coworkers or something is keeping you from being productive. Go to a quieter space. Um, Also staying away from negative thoughts, and phrases, situations, like how you choose to phrase things can make all the difference with your approach to engaging with your work. Instead of saying, I can't do this, I can't do that, replace those words with I'll try. Instead of ending your day focusing on two or three things that you might have gone wrong for that day, reflect on the things that went right. The words and perspectives that you choose to say out of your mouth and think in your mind shall be true. So take advantage of creating a positive and encouraging mindset for yourself, not for anybody else, but for you first. That goes for home, YouTube, work, anything. You got to be true to yourself first. And at the end, number four would be to just ask for help. You are the one that can be held accountable, but that doesn't mean that others can't support you and help you toward your goals. Asking for help is not always easy, but surrounding yourself with people who have your best interest at heart can give you a boost and can help keep you going when you feel like you're giving up. I know that for a fact. Anne Marie says, stay away from negative people. Being around someone always negative can really take a toll on you and your mental health and confidence and encouraging environment. Yes, I would love to call in. It's just chaotic in the mornings here. Okay, no problem. Um, so yeah, find you a tribe of people who share your goals and connect with them. Like for instance, here on YouTube, all the positive people who are on positive, um, you know, paths. Let's just say I I really enjoy interacting with. You know, not those that pretend. You can tell when somebody is pretending and when they're real. I'm starting to really notice those type of people and really just weed them out. You know what I mean? And there's nothing wrong with that. That's what you're supposed to do. And it could be in your personal life too. Even friends and family really close to you. Sometimes you got to put them on the back burner. You got to love them from a distance, and so on and so forth. Because having those good people around you and those positive people um, is what's really gonna help push you to the top, especially in your mindset. You can refer to experts if you like to read. Um, if you rather read some type of motivation or some type of knowledge, writing those things down, writing down what you read, maybe quotes from a certain book or something like that will help you stay on track. Putting it on a post-it note and looking at it every day, a few times a day, and learning how to communicate. If you find you're stuck, instead of holding it in and feeling isolated, learn how to communicate with others. And that's a big one. I mean, that's really hard to do, especially for me. I came up by myself, not really wanting to communicate, but I had to learn to. Like I said, in real life, I'm an introvert, so I won't come up and tell you how cute you look or talk about the weather, but I'll give you a little smile or something. Because I'd rather just be, you know, like I said, don't feel isolated. Communicate. It's not about just asking for help. It's about learning to um, articulate exactly what you need to help you work towards your target. You got to be specific with yourself and with others as you're asking for help. When you can specify and explain what it is you need help with, you can engage better with others. Um, you could also find an accountability buddy. Oh, Anne Marie says, yes, I've had to cut family off for one reason or another. One being negative, it's so draining when someone is negative and has no ambition for themselves. Absolutely. I feel you there. At the end of the day, I think prayer works as well. I don't only want to remove myself from the situation. I want to pray that, that they find their way as well. Because I know the feeling. So, like I was saying, find you an accountability buddy. Having a support team is great, but having a specific person who you can share your goals with, who you can call on when you're struggling, when you really need a push, or when you really need a pick me up, accountability buddy. Less means so much more. It doesn't matter how many friends you have. Um, you know, as long as you have that one good friend who's gonna always hold you up and not let you fall, no matter how you feel. And you want to try to be the same for that person as well. And if you know that, they're supporting you and you're supporting them, you're more likely to stick to your plan. And Marie says, yes, I agree. I started praying a few months ago. Amen. And I've always prayed and talked to God all day long. But I think recently I've just started trying to read the Bible and understand it and apply it to my life. And this was really, um, it's really been an eye opener for me. But it takes some dedication, definitely some research to really understand what you're reading there. Another thing you can do after an accountability buddy is to work with a trainer. Having a personal trainer or a fitness coach can seem like a luxury, but sometimes if you find yourself, feeling down or if you're not sure how to work your way out of something, a personal trainer or a coach can help. Even if it's just a few sessions, having someone else listen to you talk about your situation and struggles and then advise you specifically on what you can help, on what you can do to help is definitely rewarding. Uh, hey, Chef, how are you? Thanks for being here. Good morning. Yes, I grew up going to church as youth. Yep, and we all did. Most of us all did. Grew up going to the church, but God is not at the church. He's in your heart. So it took me a while to realize that, but I'm glad that I did. But just really applying things to real life, to your everyday life, is what makes a difference. It's just so much more peaceful. That prayer and that dedication to the Lord all day long. It's great. Sitting right next to me. Okay, so at the end of the day, take charge and hold yourself accountable. Hey, Yaya, good morning. How are you? Um, looking at all the things that we just talked about may feel like you have a big task ahead of you, but the truth is, big goals and objectives are often scary. If they were something that you could easily accomplish overnight, then you wouldn't have to worry about how to stay accountable. You would just get it done. So, um, yeah, that didn't take long. That was only 30 minutes. Oh, man. So, again, there's a few steps to hold yourself accountable: adjusting your attitude, writing things down, um, creating a strategy, combating procrastination. Oh, procrastination is big for me. It's very big for me. Life is up. Life is up. It is all good. Oh, okay. We talk to the chef. Accountability needs to be a habit. My sister will blame everyone else until she's blue in the face. I agree about a coach or counselor. It helped me for sure. Absolutely. And me too. Asking for help, having a tribe, having a accountability buddy, having a personal trainer, all those things make a difference. Yeah, yeah, did you check your Nightbot? Uh-oh. I had Nightbot issues too. I tried to turn him on and he went crazy. So, most of us have long-term goals and visions that we want to work towards, but we struggle in the day-to-day habits that can help get us there. So hopefully these steps can just help you feel like making yourself more accountable. You know what I mean? Nightbot timed me out for 600 seconds. Oh my goodness. Yeah, I deleted it. I deleted my Nightbot too. He went crazy. I'm like, maybe I don't really know how to work him. Recognizing we are all imperfect, exactly, and accountability. Absolutely. So the bottom line is no matter how many motivational posts or self help books or informational articles you read, you have to do the work. You have to hold yourself accountable for the choices you make and know that, you know, if you're not making the right choices, that consequences are going to come. And it might sound, um, you know, what am I saying? What am I trying to say? High school, not high school. This might sound like the obvious, like, oh, we already know this, but there's a lot of people who don't, or there's a lot of people who forget. And I'm speaking about myself as well, because I could say, I'm going to get up on Monday morning and do this, that, and the other. And when Monday morning comes, I'm tired from Sunday night and I didn't wake up on time. So now when I woke up, I done started something else. I'm not holding myself accountable to the plans that I put in place. What's the point of wasting my time? What's the point of wasting your time writing these things down if you're not going to do it? It just makes you feel great to write down your goals, go back and check them off and say, man, I did it. I actually did it. Hello, Mr. Terry. Good morning. Thank you for being here. Grand rising to you. Many blessings, everybody. Um, And Yaya says, you have to work at it, keep starting till you get it. Yeah, exactly. Yep. And at some point, you get to a certain age to where you're like, why am I wasting my time? Like, I know better than this. You know, I know that I had this, that, and the other to do, and I'm preaching this to my kids, but I didn't get up and do it myself. It's a growth process. We must remember to learn to be shepherd of your life. Don't let someone else make you the sheep of your life. Yes, I know that's right. Thank you for that, Mr. Terry. So while this might feel like a burden, I encourage you to look at this as a source of power. You're powerful. You're able to change many things, so embrace it. Work with it. Allow yourself to succeed. You are able to make anything happen. Repetition. Mr. Terry says we must remember you're the artist of your life. What colors are you going to put on the canvas? Amen. That's exactly right. I really enjoy you, Mr. Terry, because you always have these great analogies to really make us think. I really enjoy that. Thank you so much for bringing that here to me on my platform because I see you on other platforms doing the same thing, and I think it's awesome. It's very uplifting. It definitely makes you think. I'm going to leave that there for a second. We must remember you're the artist of your life. What colors are you going to put on the canvas? My goodness. And that speaks for itself. Good morning, Ace. How are you? Grand rising to you. Good to see you. Chef says absolutely repetition eventually kicks and hopefully we respond. I know that's right. Yes. Every day should be a source of repetition. For most of us. Just depends. Exactly. You choose your own path. You choose your reaction to someone's action. Oh wow, yeah. My oldest is 11. I tell her that all the time. Every action has a reaction. Every action has a reaction. Hold yourself accountable for your actions, your attitude. What direction are you taking? Because, you have to hold yourself accountable before anybody else can hold you accountable. 80% of life is not what happens, but how you react. I've heard that. Yeah. The other 20% is beyond your control. How you react to a situation can be just as deadly as the situation itself. My God. Wow. That's deep. That's deep. So, oh, Mr. Terry says if you think you're going to fail, you will do something to make your failure happen. Why run a race when you think you're going to fail? You must keep a positive mindset in life. Absolutely. Does that say fall or fail? Fail. Okay. My eyes are a little questionable, y'all. Thank you for that, Mr. Terry. That's awesome as well. Got some good. Yeah, I was gonna say that he got some good wisdom. Definitely, he is always spitting just facts. I love it. So, you guys, I've been here almost 40 minutes. I want to hopefully come back and talk to you guys in a little bit, but I got to get my baby up out the door, watch her go to the bus stop and carrying on. It's getting a little darker in the mornings here. So, yeah, guys, I always say if you watch my videos, go back and you'll see, write down your goals in your blue book with your blue pen, checking them off as you go, a little bit at a time. Because slow and steady wins the race. You got to be true to yourself before you can be true to anybody else. It's just a great sense of peace, a great sense of um, positivity and accountability and just being an adult, being able to say that I got this. You might even refer to it as a routine as well. I have not always been about routine, but recently, oh man, it saved my life. So I had to hold myself accountable to say, you know what, I think my family and I need a routine. I need to put a routine in place so that I can feel more accomplished in a day, you know? So I encourage you all to do the same thing. I know it's hard. I'm definitely not making it seem like it's easy to do or all peaches and cream over here, but it's definitely a sense of peace most of the time. Most of the time. And then you have time to, make time for other things. Make time for yourself a little more if you need to. Let me see who I missed over here. I always pray that I remain humble and we must expect humility. Oh, yes, absolutely. Is that okay? Oh, I'm talking to my baby now. She about to go on the bus. What'd you say? Down. Good morning, Grandma Patty. How are you? So good to see you. Mr. Terry says you know how to snack, snook, to think on the pool table and get the ball in the hole. You know how solve the problem. Please have the courage to pick up the cue stick and take your shot in life. Yes, I love that. I love that so much, Mr. Terry. And like I said, the panel is open for discussion. If anybody wants to take a second to come up here and talk with me, maybe you got a personal experience about holding yourself accountable and just making things, better for you or your family in your life. So I got the panel open. Just let me know if you want me to drop the link. Otherwise, I'll be here just a couple more minutes. Yeah, holding yourself accountable. It's amazing. It feels good. Okay. Now you got those around you. You got people around you who are not always positive, who have their own things going on. They might do this, that, and the other. But that doesn't mean that you have to fall in line with those people. You want to be your own person. If you are hanging out with Lisa Boo or whatever, and she's always so down and depressed and sad, and that's you're gonna turn out to be the same way, believe it or not. You want to try to bring Lisa Boo up, bring her spirits up, even if your spirits are down. You want her to know that, you know, it's gonna get better. It's gonna be okay. Don't let Lisa Boo or Boo, whatever her name is, don't let her stay down in her dumps. You know, be that accountability buddy. Be that warm, loving spirit that just wants to make sure everybody is good, no matter what. You know, um, and and also, oh, you want to protect your energy. I see that. Yes, I see that, Anne Marie. I was about to say that. Protect your energy, yes, because you around Lisa Boo, and she always so just, ugh. She can't seem to get it together. She's so sad. Okay. Oh, excuse me. Being around Lisa Boo is gonna make you feel down and in the dumps and depressed as well. So although she might be your sister or your best friend of 25 years, you gotta love yourself more. And somehow I'm gonna sit down and I'm gonna tell Lisa Boo that she got to get up out this little funk that she in because it's affecting me and the way I move. And it's okay to say that. Why? Because you and Lisa Boo are best friends and sisters, and she knows your heart. She knows that you only want the best for her. So she's not going to be in her feelings and be all, oh no, I can't believe you said that to me. Or how could you think that way? No, she's going to appreciate you for being honest with her as her good friend and helping pull her up out of her slump. And that's just real. Um, let's see. Enjoyed this morning. Thank you so much, Chef. Please read the whole of Bible, book of Escalate. I can't say that. Chapter 3, verses 1 through 8. A time and a season for everything under the sun. It's okay to have a selfish season in your heart, a season all about you. Yeah, you have to. Absolutely. I know that's right. You are very wise, Mr. Terry. Yep, protect your energy. Hey, Unique, I see you. Good morning, sis. Mr. Terry says a selfie season is a time in your life when you're building the foundation of your life, getting an education, finding a job, finding housing, and starting a family. Wow. Now that's beautiful. That's really beautiful, Mr. Terry. I'm really glad that you shared that with us. Okay. Trying to help Nene get off to the bus while I wrap it up here. But yeah, Lisa Boo is down in the dumps and she is just woe is me, and you don't need to be around that because you are in a season where you are tired of feeling sorry for yourself, and you're tired of not holding yourself accountable. So you're gonna lift up Lisa Pooh, the best way you can because it's your sister and your best friend of 25 years, and you don't want to see her uh feel bad or anything like that. You don't want to part with her because that's your best friend. But hey, just lift her up. Be that accountability friend or buddy for Lisa Poole and get her back to where she needs to be. And it's okay because you and Lisa Poole are tight, and she don't understand that you're only trying to help her. She's not gonna say, "Oh, why are you being so mean to me?" How many of us have been in that situation? You're being so mean. No, sis, I love you. I'm not trying to be mean. I'm trying to uplift you. It's funny because Unique and I had a conversation recently where we were saying that, the world is just not what it used to be. Nowadays, you can't just be a friend or be a family member or whatever and just say it like it is. Everybody wants things to be sugar coated. Um, uh, Nowadays people are just weak. That's what it is weak. And the word is, um, it might hit some, but I wasn't, I'm not trying to be mean or anything, but that's just the word. That's just the word. We just can't take the truth anymore, and me included. Who's it? Mrs. Miller? Is that her name? No. What is it? Wednesday? Probably not. Okay. Sorry, you guys. Baby's going out the door. Mr. Terry says a selfish season is a time in your life when you're building the foundation of your life. It includes getting an education, finding a job. Oh, I feel like I just read that. Yes. Starting a family. Yeah, absolutely. Don't forget to thumbs up the live stream. Thank you. I don't know. I don't have it. The mornings and nights are getting chillier here. Yeah. So at the end of the day, okay, have a great day. I'm about to end it up, wrap it up here as well. Thank you, Anne Marie, for being here. I appreciate you. And yes, you guys, with that, I'm gonna wrap it up as well. I'm just trying to encourage you as I encourage myself. As always, I'm not perfect. I'm working on myself, but um, having that team around you to keep you, on track, keep you going the right way is very important. Having a coach, a life coach, a spiritual coach, you know, just to help you really pick at the things that you need to work on with inside yourself, and just loving yourself and just spending time with yourself, writing down those goals. It's just a sense of peace. Having a calendar, especially trying to follow the same routine, if you want to call it a routine. Um, yeah, that's it, you guys. I'm gonna go ahead and wrap it up. My baby's going up to the bus. Hey, okay, it's a little, it's not as cold today. Hey, 1B, 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 love you. Okay, have a good day. Please have a faith circle, prayer circle, wisdom circle, and inspiration circle. We must remember the great Lord Jesus Christ and the Holy Spirit had a faith circle of 12 disciples. No man is an island unto himself. Amen. I like that. Yes, I like that a lot. And remember that less means so much more. You don't have to have a big group of friends or a large following base. Just those couple that make you feel like you're on the right track is all that you need. So I'm gonna go ahead and wrap it up here. Frugal Mama is live, and y'all know I like to get up and move with her. So I appreciate you all so much for being here. You could be anywhere else, but you're here with me, and I am always thankful. I am working on trying to get a video out later today, and I pray that my phone does what it does so that I can get that out for you guys. But otherwise, I appreciate you again for being here. That's it. That's all. And as always, remember, be true to yourself, because if you can't be true to yourself, you can't be true to nobody else. Bye bye.